The Battle of Stalingrad, a pivotal event of World War II, occurred from August 23, 1942 to February 2, 1943, marking a significant turning point in the conflict against Nazi Germany. Fought between the Axis powers led by Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, this battle is notorious for its intense urban warfare and the staggering casualties incurred by both sides. Stalingrad, located on the western bank of the Volga River, was a key industrial city and crucial in Adolf Hitler's campaign to seize the southern Soviet territories and their valuable oil resources. This brutal confrontation began in the late summer of 1942 and stretched into the harsh winter of 1943. As German forces tried to capture the city in a direct assault, Soviet troops commanded by General Vasily Zhukov were ordered to defend it at all costs. This directive led to a desperate siege, characterized by not-one-step-back tactics and vicious hand-to-hand combat amidst the city's bombed-out ruins. The battle's scale and ferocity were unprecedented, symbolizing the intense struggle on the Eastern Front. Before World War II, Europe was still recovering from the socio-economic impacts of the previous global conflict, fostering an environment where radical ideologies could flourish. In Germany, the harsh conditions imposed by the Treaty of Versailles led to widespread resentment and hardship, setting the stage for Adolf Hitler's rise to power. Promising to restore Germany's former glory, Hitler's aggressive expansions in the late 1930s, including the annexation of Austria and the dismemberment of Czechoslovakia, set the stage for the broader conflict that would follow. Operation Barbarossa, launched by Hitler in June 1941 against the Soviet Union, marked a crucial phase of World War II. Aiming to secure living space for Germans and to annihilate communism, Hitler focused on the Soviet Union's vast resources. Stalingrad, vital for controlling the southern steppes and oil fields, became the epicenter of this campaign. The battle that unfolded there became one of the most grueling conflicts of the war, pivotal for Soviet logistics and morale, and marked the beginning of German forces' eventual retreat from the Eastern Front. The German Wehrmacht and the Soviet Red Army, two formidable military powers of the European theater, each had distinct strengths and weaknesses. The Germans, led by commanders like Friedrich Paulus, excelled in disciplined tactics, but were unprepared for prolonged urban combat and the severe Russian winter. Conversely, Vasily Zhukov leveraged the devastated urban landscape to engage in close-quarters combat, effectively countering German technological superiority. This strategic dichotomy played a crucial role in the Soviet victory at Stalingrad. As the battle commenced, German forces initially made significant advances, capturing large portions of Stalingrad by late summer. However, the Soviet defense strategy utilized the Volga River effectively, turning the city into a fortress of relentless urban warfare. Soviet snipers and the use of air power played critical roles, with the Luftwaffe initially dominating the skies but facing increasing Soviet anti-aircraft defenses as the battle progressed. The intense combat transformed the city into a deadly landscape of sniper duels and artillery barrages. In November 1942, the Soviet counteroffensive, Operation Uranus, targeted the flanks of the German Sixth Army. By exploiting weaknesses in the Romanian and Italian forces guarding the German flanks, the Soviets achieved a swift encirclement of about 300,000 Axis soldiers. This maneuver, coupled with severe logistical failures and the brutal winter, severely crippled the trapped Axis forces, hastening their defeat and shifting the momentum in favor of the Soviets. The final days of the Battle of Stalingrad were grim for the encircled German Sixth Army. Facing severe shortages and extreme cold, General Friedrich Paulus surrendered in January 1943, marking a significant turning point. Over 90,000 Axis soldiers were captured, with many not surviving the harsh conditions of Soviet captivity. This Soviet victory significantly broke the Wehrmacht's momentum, boosting Soviet morale and altering the dynamics of the Eastern Front. The Battle of Stalingrad remains a symbol of Soviet resilience and sacrifice, celebrated in Russia for its crucial role in halting the Nazi advance. Conversely, it is remembered in Germany as a catastrophic defeat, symbolizing the limits of military expansion and the beginning of the Nazi regime's downfall. The battle's legacy continues to influence military strategy studies and popular culture, highlighting the strategic, psychological, and physical tolls of prolonged siege and intense combat.